I will also tell you there's something called an angelic code. Have you ever heard that term?
Yes.
Angelic code.
Yes. I don't know where, but yes.
So the angelic code puts somebody into their full empowered spirit. And the reason that they talk about angelic code is part of being a human being and you forgetting who you are. If you remembered every strength that you had and every gift that you had and everything that was actually divinely yours, what would be the point? And so there was a cover, so to speak. I guess you could technically link it to what might be called the veil. That dimmed, I'm going to use back the dimmer switch. I love that point. You could say that the angelic code was much like the dimmer switch, where it had to be dimmed way down for you to take on a human body and really move that human body forward. The angelic code, when you are reprogramming, this is not about reprogramming, it's just about it getting to a point where you can bring that angelic code back into its full form. The uses that I've been told, I probably have half of a huge journal of information about the angelic code and how it's going to work and when we put it into play and all of these kind of things. But for the angelic code in general, the time and space, think of the world as we've got so many different puzzle pieces all coming together. And it's almost like all of these individual pieces are coming closer and closer together, and within a very short amount of time, all of a sudden they start linking. All right, that one's in place, then that one's in place, then that one's in place, and then that one's in place, and so on. When we talk about awakening, the angelic code has an awful lot to do with the awakening and how clear, you know, as sick as you may have become over the many years, me talking about and pushing us to get to a sustainable frequency. There was so much more to that than just what you thought. The angelic code, you're probably going to find towards the end of this year that for some of you, may not be all of you, but for some of you, you're going to find that you working with bringing the angelic codes back on, you may find that that calling for you gets really, really strong towards the end of the year. When that time comes, you'll have a pretty doggone clear idea of what you're supposed to do with it, where it's working at, and how it's going to lay itself out. Not everybody is going to have that strong of a call. Again, we're not all moving in the same group. Each guidance is putting each of us into our own wheelhouse. For me personally, part of my calling is information and bringing information and distributing information. So while my head would love to be one of the ones that wants to play with the angelic code, oh, I so do. So do. Not my job. They have to keep saying, not your job, Kim. Aw, I want that job. Not your job. Aw, fine. But tell other people that it's going to be their job. How will you know? When I say angelic code, is there anybody here that it feels really buzzy and really strong for you? Or does it feel like this is information and this is good, I'll take it into my backpack and put it away, and if I need it, I'll pull it out. All right, so